Today we're interviewing RecklessBen today about the whole Lego situation, just to get some intel, and this is a pretty good interview. It goes pretty deep.
Hello, my name is Ben.
Also Ben. Question number one. How would you tell your sick father that the collection he built is now tied up in something like this?
So my father's sick. What's he sick with?
Say like AIDS, gonorrhea.
AIDS. Well, if he had AIDS, I don't think this would make him worse, so I'd probably just tell him then. I'd probably just be like, hey, this company stole your Legos, and I'm going to work to get it back for you, probably, is what I'd say.
Interesting. If Eamon McNeff were sitting across from Brian with the entire collection on the table, what do you think Brian would say to him?
Probably it would probably only happen if Ammon was willing to give it back to him. So Brian would probably be like, "Thank you, Ammon, for giving me my Legos back." Probably be like, "Hey, Ammon did the right thing," and we would clear his name and be like, "Hey, like Ammon's a good guy now," and yeah.
You don't think he would like have some like more ruder words to say?
No, Brian's super nice, dude. Brian wouldn't say anything rude. He'd be like, "Thanks. Like, for giving me my Legos back. Like, it's a little late, but better late than never, you know."
How many times a week do you think Eamon says RecklessBen?
I don't know. Probably more than once, I'd say. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think about that too much. Yeah, I don't know.
What about Josh Johnson or Brandon Best? Do you think on a weekly basis, do you have like a rough estimate of like how many times? Like, this is important for
Maybe,
like.
Probably like 4 or 5 at least.
I don't know.
Per day?
Per week.
I think that's a little low. If I had to guess, I feel like roughly like in the like hundreds.
You think hundreds?
And then like a week.
What's that per hour?
Per hour? Probably like.
Well, you gotta think of like 8-hour business day.
Probably like, he probably says your
40
name.
hours a week.
Like.
So that's over once an hour. So you think every single hour of the working day he says RecklessBen?
He probably says like half your name an hour.
Because anything over 40 would be over once an hour for the working day.
He like says like half your name a minute, and then it equates to like 100 times over a week.
So you think his only job is to say RecklessBen? Yeah, maybe. I could see that.
Do you think this whole situation could be resolved with you and Eamon building the Millennium Falcon together?
No, I don't think that would solve it. But if he did the chicken dance, I think it would solve it.
I think that would be good. What do you think like psychologically would switch if he did the chicken dance?
With him or with us or with
both parties?
So with us, I think we would see, I think at least the audience would see him as a more goofy character now and not like an evil villain. So that's why I think the chicken dance would help him from an audience perspective. From his perspective, I think he would have to basically give up his ego, because to do the chicken dance, you can't have an ego and do the chicken dance, you know? And that's what's stopping him right now, is his ego from giving the Legos back. So I think if he does the chicken, in order to do the chicken dance, he has to give up his ego, and he'd be giving up the thing that's stopping him from giving the Legos back. Okay.
This one is like a deeper question we got asked, because like I've genuinely been wondering this myself actually. Which one is suing you, the bricks or the minifigs?
Let me think. I think it's basically Ammon, and he's bricks and minifigs, so it's both.
Whoa.
Yeah. He's it's not just, so it's Ammon, Josh, and Brandon.
So it's like a.
So I think it's both. I think it's bricks and minifigs.
That crushes my whole world. I really like had it in my head that it was either one or the other.
No, I think it's both. It's bricks and minifigs is suing me.
Dang. People are gonna be amazed when they hear that. When did Josh go from like a bricks and minifigs employee to like a Lego pirate?
I think you said it backwards. I think he was a pirate and then became a bricks and minifigs employee, because he was in the Fortune law firm where he's in asset protection. So basically, how do I protect assets that aren't mine? And he was kind of doing things with dentists, from my understanding. He was scamming dentists. And so he was the pirate first, and he said, how can I use my pirate skills in bricks and minifigs, is from my understanding. So I think it was the other way around. I think bricks and minifigs started around 2020, so maybe around then, if I had to guess. I thought it started during COVID.
No, bricks and minifigs has been around since 2014.
Oh, but it exploded during COVID. That's probably when Josh got hired, was around.
No, Ammon won, and and then 2022 is when they start adding like 70.
As I said, around like 2021, right?
Yeah, they all
Yeah.
leave legally mined, and they all go to break.
Yeah, so around 2021.
Is when he started being a pirate?
No,
Or a brick.
he was always a pirate. Since
Okay, so
probably
he's
since he
always been
popped
a
out of his
pirate.
mom. Yeah, he was probably a pirate since day one, if I had to guess. But
Judging by their toes.
yeah, and then he became a Bricks and Minifigs employee around like 2021 maybe. So,
So-
it's the other way around.
By like stealing the bricks, like that was his booty, like that was his treasure.
So his booty. I don't know. I still can't tell if he's stealing it because of greed or he's just stupid. I don't know.
What if it's like his treasure? Like, what if he had like some secret map that led him to Brian's Legos?
No, I think he's the guy who like takes over corporate stores. So what happens is a corporate store does something slightly outside they make it so hard on the franchises. These contracts only benefit corporate, not the franchises. So when the franchise does something that's not in the contract, corporate gets all the benefit. They come over and they take this person's life savings. That's what Josh was hired to do. So I don't really think this is a treasure map. It's more of just like, I think the franchise agreement in a sense could be the treasure map and the franchise agreement, but it's not really a map to the treasure. It's more just like a rigged game that only corporate can win.
Interesting. Another question. Would you describe yourself or Brian as well as like a Lego whistleblower?
No, a whistleblower is someone that works at the company. So if if someone from corporate came out, they would be a whistleblower. But not us. We're just like at least Brian's just the person that got scammed, and I investigated it.
Interesting. Can you describe us this photo?
That's just me hanging from a roof with one hand. Yeah, that was probably I was like 18 years old or something. That was 10 years ago.
Did you know like the Lego situation would happen while you were hanging from this?
No, I didn't even. That was like 10 years ago. I was just gonna be an engineer at that point.
I feel like there could have been some like mental calling there of like.
No, I thought I was just gonna be like a boring engineer. You know, I was just like, I'm just a boring dude. You know, and then I took that picture.
And then Josh Johnson is just like planning to be a pirate.
Dude, I was just working in a cubicle at that point, dude. I was just clocking into work every day. I was so boring. I had nothing exciting about my life.
I mean, you were hanging from buildings.
No, I was boring, dude. I mean, everyone does. Like, all my friends did that and stuff. Like, I don't know.
Do you think there's a Bricks and Minifigs employee orientation slide that just says, "Don't talk to RecklessBen"?
See, I don't think they use PowerPoints anymore because I think that's kind of like outdated. But I do think there's probably at least a line in there that says, "Don't talk to RecklessBen." I'd say. Yeah, I think that's part of the thing. I think that got leaked. I think we already covered that, didn't we? Where they said, hey, if people come in and talk to you about this, just pretend like you don't know. I think that was in their like instructions.
Do you and like on a serious note, do you think Lego Batman could beat you in a street fight?
Lego Batman? Well, Lego Batman's like this tall, but I mean, how big is he?
Like if you
know?
were the size of a brick.
Oh, well, yeah, for sure. I can't beat Batman in a fight. I don't know how to fight. He trains like fighting like all day. I don't fight at all. Maybe like a slackline competition, I could beat him. You know, if it was like a slackline battle, I think I could get him though.
What about Lego Yoda?
Lego Yoda? I actually don't think it's a bad question. I think that's a great question actually. I actually really like these questions. So you have a lot of opinions on Lego Yoda actually, and no one's ever had the chance to ask me about this.
You're gonna like the next question. Okay, what's your answer?
So he's little and green. It's really sad how he dies, but I like how they give him like little like pointy ears. You know, he's like cute. You know, and
You
I
think
like
he could
how what?
Stab you with those pointy ears?
No, because he has a lightsaber, and his lightsaber will. It's like literally like you can just touch. He doesn't have to stab you; just touches you, and you like. It's like light, you know. So I don't know. I've had a lot of opinions on this Lego Yoda, and no one's really had the chance to ask me. So I'm glad you asked that question.
Okay. Another on a more like serious note, genuinely. What about 2 Lego Yodas?
2 Lego Yodas. So they're kind of like little. So what I think I really like about Yoda is he like walks in with the cane, right? So he's like walking in like all old, and you're like, oh, it's an old man. I can beat this guy. And then he just goes. I don't know if it's an act or if he actually does just walk around old, or if he's always, because if he is an act, he's always acting. He comes out and he's just like a crazy like, oh yeah, you know, it's crazy, and he'll just like beat anyone, which is crazy.
What
So
would be your weapon? Like
two Lego Yodas would just like destroy. If I had one Yoda, I would be amazed. If I had two Yoda, I would be double amazed.
And is like, who would you beat them in a fight?
Oh heck no, dude! Yoda would destroy me.
Well, like, I mean, honestly, I feel like you could just.
You're putting way too much faith in me if you think I can beat two Lego Yodas.
Okay, what if you could like file a class action lawsuit?
He's like one of the best fighters in the world, and I don't think I've ever trained fighting in my life.
But like, I feel like a lawsuit, like maybe he comes at you in a way where you feel threatened, and then you could like, that's the way you could bring him down.
No, he'll just stab me with his lightsaber, and then the lawsuit, they'll be like, oh, we'll go to court, and they'll be like, oh, the plaintiff is dead. You can't win a court case if you're dead.
But then the second Yoda is a witness.
You're going against me, right? So yeah, right. A live witness, they would still beat me in the court case, even if I took them to court.
Yeah.
So they would beat me in the battle, but they would also beat me in the court case, I think, because they would just stab me.
Right.
And I would die.
So on a more serious note, genuinely, at what number of Lego Yodas do you admit defeat?
One would beat me, like literally like one, like maybe less than that, maybe even half of a Lego Yoda could beat me. Like just like the top part without the legs, if he was just walking on his hands, I think he'd still beat me. He has a lightsaber. I mean, do I get a lightsaber?
I mean, like, we're talking about Legos here, so like, I mean, it's build your own, you know, brick by brick. Damn it.
No, I think even half a Yoda could probably still beat. Dude, Yoda's. I don't know. I think you're putting a lot of faith in me if you think I can beat a Lego Yoda.
I'm just saying, I feel like a lawsuit against Legos, I feel like it goes a long way nowadays.
Doesn't matter. He has a lightsaber. He'll stab. Lawsuits take forever. Stabbing me takes 2 seconds.
So like, you'd say one Yoda? One Yoda.
Yeah.
One Yoda, okay. Did Bricks and Minifigs sue you because you're reckless or because you're Ben?
I don't think they sued me because I'm Ben. Maybe because I'm reckless. I don't know. I don't even think it's either of those two. I think they sued me because there's two options that they had. They could either admit they stole the Legos or they could sue me. They didn't want to admit to stealing the Legos, so the option was to sue me, I think.
So that brings us to our final question. If your name was Responsible Ben, would this have happened?
Yeah, I don't think my name has anything to do with that. I think it was just the reason their lawsuit was just because they didn't want to admit that they stole Legos, you know?
No, I think that's kind of wrong. I feel like if your name was Responsible Ben, I feel like you would like feel like a little, maybe like more like Responsible Ben.
Huh.
Maybe it's like
I feel like I did do it very responsibly. Name one thing that we did in our video that wasn't responsible.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like not responsible. I'm just saying, like, maybe
we did 10 lawsuits. We split one giant lawsuit into 10 mini small claims lawsuits. I thought that was very responsible.
Yeah.
We made a lottery. We got a state DOJ approved lottery scheme to turn it from civil to criminal. What about that's not responsible?
But like you did that as RecklessBen, so like,
we brainwashed some employee in the woods. What's irresponsible about that?
I mean, you're.
And it got us the phone number, so obviously it worked. I was responsibly thinking, so.
So are you responsible or reckless, Ben? I'm slightly
I just don't think if I became responsible, Ben, it would have been any different. I think it would have been the exact same. I think we were very responsible on the way we pulled this off.
What?
See, the audience agrees with me. If we learned anything from this, we need to take even more employees to the woods and brainwash them. And then if we can brainwash the entire company, maybe we can take them down.
Do you think you would have lured somebody in the woods if you were responsible, Ben? Or do you think like you would have just like went in there and politely asked?
Well, we did politely ask.
We did.
And then the responsible thing to do if they deny our request is to take an employee in the woods and brainwash them. We had no other choice. We had done all the steps before that. There was nothing left we could do except for take an employee in the woods and brainwash them. We had completed all the steps prior to that in a responsible way. Haha. He said he was going to interview me where I end up walking out of the interview. I made him walk out.